stories as to how they pursued their dream to be what they are.
Really?
And that they can listen to those. We've sent a poster where it has a large QR code on it, and they can get free access to the Dream Team stories, and from A to Z, from accountant to zookeeper. We do have a zookeeper. We've got all different kinds of fun stuff on there. But the hospitals absolutely love it because they can do it 24/7. They can also do the Dream Packs 24/7, even when the family members are not there. So,
well, I can tell you this, Jan. I called some people and some friends of mine. Some of them are what you would call celebrities. Some of them are just hardworking guys like me that do this for a living. And I talked to them after I saw that on your website. And I'm just going to tell you right now, if you need some DJs or some movie producers or people like that you want to do a small video like that, or if you would like personal shout outs or to do a video like happy birthday to somebody, I got an overwhelming response from these people I knew. They're like, just tell me the time, tell me the name. If you need, whatever it was, they were willing to do it. So I hope that will help.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. That is it. We will take you up on your offer. We will take you up on your offer.
But, these guys and gals that I work with, a lot of them have seen personal tragedy. And, I told you a story privately where I had to be in the NICU for a long time with my daughter, and some of the heartbreaking, heart-wrenching things I saw go on there. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. All these children don't walk out of there. I remember one needed a heart transplant, and they didn't get it in time. Every time you heard that buzzer go off and you knew what happened, it was like tears, just, your soul getting ripped out. But you see the promise, and you see things like what you're doing right now. You're giving them hope. And there is absolutely nothing more powerful than hope and purpose. Hope, purpose, and love. If you have those three things, you can get through anything. And I'll tell you this. When these children, I watched the one, I'm guilty. I watched one of the videos, the Fisher guy. Who wouldn't want to be a professional fisherman? And for him to put this together and what dreams are actually made out of and hard work and the purpose you have in life, I think that it's freaking fantastic and it's awesome. Because these kids, a lot of times, and you know this, a lot of times they were in an environment that they couldn't control that have caused a lot of these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can
I give you a real life story?
Absolutely.
Testimony.
That's what we want. I'm hoping you can give me a few of them.
I can give you a few that are diverse, but I had heard about a little girl who was 12 years old who was critically ill. And, due to the HIPAA Act, I just can't walk into a hospital and say, hey, ta-da, I'm here. How can I help you? There's all different types of protocol. So I heard of this little girl and that she was in remission. And I wanted to get her feedback on the Dream Pack and what she thought of it. And so I got an invitation to go to her home, and I met with her mom, her dad, her brother, and herself. And so we went through the Dream Pack, and this is what I always do. When I have the privilege of sitting down with the family, I turn to the patient and I say, okay, let's practice. If anything could make your heart happy right now, what would it be? What would you like to do, or where would you like to go? And this little girl said, I would like to go to the circus. They were from Brazil, actually. And she says, I would like to go to the circus. And I said, why would you like to go to the circus? She says, because I've never seen an elephant. And she was fascinated with elephants.
Wow.
And so her mom was really surprised because she thought she knew everything about her daughter, and it actually brought her to tears. And so I left her with a Dream Pack and encouraged her, because you know what, Jeremy, the reason that the Dream Packs are so powerful is that daydreaming is a lost art.
Amen.
We don't daydream anymore. Things are given to us to think about, to look at, We have no thought of our own.
Right. Yeah, it's
so,
something about the purity there also. You know, I've never met a kid that was critically ill that said, I want to be a millionaire or I want $100 million. I want to do something. I want to be somebody. I want to take that next breath. I want to see the sun rise tomorrow. And there's something so pure about that. I don't know. It's something so beautiful that it's almost sad.
Yeah, and not only that, but there's such a large, the imagination is limitless, right? So you can have 50 kids in a room and you're going to have 50 different imaginations.
Right.
Which is outstanding. And it's changing all the time. So in the dream pack, it's not, like I said before, it's not a snapshot in a child's life. It's meant to last for the life of the child. So they can draw and erase 24/7. So let me get back to the story. So this little girl, I met her in September. And like I said, she was in remission. And then come February, she passed away.
Oh, sad.
But her mom, when they were in the hospital, when they had to go back to the hospital, all they did was daydream. They just, because now they knew the joy of daydreaming and the laughter and the legacy and all these things that were happening. Well, in this particular story, when the daughter passed away, of course, the family was devastated. It was their oldest child. They were devastated, and the mom became very depressed. Now, I did not know this until we went to do a 5K event, and I invited her to come speak. And when she did, she shared a part of her daughter's story that I did not know. And as she's sharing the story, she tells me about her daughter having passed away and what happened to her, the mom. And she said, you know, I got to a very dark place that I just wanted to die to go to heaven to be with my daughter, which broke my heart.
Yeah, it does.
But then she said, you know what? I'm going to pull myself together and I'm going to pursue my dreams as a legacy to my daughter. And I just lost it.
Wow.
I just lost it because we are seeing constantly, Jeremy, all these different stories that involve all these different people and personalities, how this prism keeps shifting and changing and affecting lives in different ways.
Right.
So let me tell you another story where we went to a children's hospital in West Palm Beach, and we were making a delivery to their playroom, and there was a little boy who was really sick, and he didn't have the strength to walk into the playroom. They had to bring him in his bed. And you know, those hospital beds are huge.
Right.
And they could hardly fit it through the door. And he was only there for about 60 seconds, and he got really sick, and he had to go back to his room. But his grandmother was there, and she said, Jan, would you please come and give Robbie his own dream pack? And I said, absolutely. So when I walked into the room, his dad was there, his mom was there, and his grandmother was there. And I sat on the bedside because they had invited me and went through the dream pack. And as soon as we were done, I said, okay, Robbie, let's practice. What would make your heart happy right now? And inside of our dream packs, we have a variety of illustrations where our character is doing different things. And one of the things he was doing that Robbie pointed out is fishing. And he says, I want to do this. And I said, why do you want to do this? And he said, because my dad and I fish around the world. Now, he's 8 years old. I haven't been around the world. But his dad immediately pulled out his iPhone and is flipping through showing me pictures of Robbie holding a fish as tall as him. I had never seen anything like that before. True story. And I told Robbie, I said, you could go fishing right from this bed.
That's
and
awesome.
He turns to his dad and he says, Dad, I want to color. And his dad said, in response, he said, son, you're too sick to color, which really surprised me. But without hesitation, Robbie turned back to his dad and said, if I can't color, will you color for me? And
Wow.
It showed me early on that these parents, know the consequences of the sickness, and they get scared and fearful. But kids are fearless. And so when Robbie said to his dad, you know, if I can't color, will you color for me? Because I want someone to make my heart happy right now. And we really and truly believe that a merry heart is good like a medicine. So if a child wants to go fishing, let's go fishing. I've had people tell me, don't give children false hope. I don't believe in that. I believe that you can give a child hope, whether it's for 30 days, 30 minutes, or 30 seconds.
Amen.
Why would you not want to do that?
Yeah, I think you should. You know, folks, if you're new to the show, you're listening to Unleash Jeremy Hanson, and we are talking with Jan Rogers from Dream Makers for Life. She's throwing dust all up in the air. I'm sure there's a few people that have shed a tear right now. It's what you just said is don't give them false hope. And you know what? Children live on hope. They live on it. They live on imagination. My daughter came up to me today. It was raining outside, and she asked me, why is it raining? And instead of saying, well, you know, there's a barometric pressure shift in the, I said, well, the angels were taking a bath today, and they ran and jumped in the tub, and the water went over the side, and it fell through the cracks of heaven, and now it's raining. And she goes, they did?
There you go.
And, you know, it was like 2 minutes later, she was telling her sister about it. And, you know, this happens to be my same daughter that they said was going to have problems and wouldn't be normal and blah, blah, blah. And I think that there's always hope. And before you tell us your next story, I want to tell you about my nephew. They said that he was terminally ill at 5 years old. He had ITP, which is some rare form, acts like cancer. You're terminally ill. Went through Make-A-Wish Foundation, went everything. We were waiting on the day that he was going to be gone. And you know what? He was so stubborn, but he always had things to look forward to. He always had his dreams to look forward to. And then pretty soon, okay, he's just critically ill. And then pretty soon, you know what? I don't need this medicine anymore. And today, he is a 20-year-old construction worker that has life at his fingertips. So, you know, no matter
That's
what
wonderful.
the doctors say, there's hope. There's always hope.
There's always hope. Well, that's why they say they practice medicine.
Right.
You never know, you know, what the outcome is going to be. But we believe that we're not denying that they're sick. We're just saying, while you're going through this, let's think about outside the box.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
You know, what, and it's all about you. What would make your heart happy? But here's the part that I really appreciated from the hospitals, and that was the fathers who go through a tough time. The moms go through tough times. Siblings go through tough times.
What you doing? Designing my new 2021 Nissan Kicks online in the Kicks Color Studio. I give each a special name. This one's electric blue, orange, red, white. I call it the gumball machine. You think it's me?
I feel like you're more of a red velvet guy.
Limitless possibilities. With over 100 million available color combinations and Bose Personal Plus system in the boldly new 2021 Nissan Kicks. Bose is the registered trademark of the Bose Corporation. Color combinations include interior and exterior colors. Customization is an available feature subject to availability at participating Nissan dealers. See dealer for details.
A great cup of tea is my daily 5 minutes of self-care. That's why I get all my tea from Plum Deluxe. They have the highest quality ingredients with their own recipes made and shipped from Portland, Oregon. Plus, they're a family-owned business. Herbal tea, black tea, chai, breakfast tea, or nighttime tea. They have it all. Buy individual or sign up for a subscription to go on a monthly adventure with your tea. Use the VIP code AUDIO for 10% off your first order at plumdeluxe.com. That code again is AUDIO for 10% off at plumdeluxe.com.
I even had the opportunity to take, one time we set up a special delivery. We normally ship the dream packs. We don't do it on a one-on-one.
Right.
But I took some friends of mine with me, and I shared with them how the dream pack works. And when we got to the hospital, they said, I can't do this. Really? And I said, yes, you can. And they said, no, we can't do this. And I said, look, when you go into the child's room, you're going to have a dream pack with you, and you're going to say, I made this just for you, and let me show you how this works. You're bringing joy to them.
Right.
And they are so appreciative. They're so grateful. but it gives the families something to continue